Hello and welcome to the October update from the Tau team. You're here with me, Fola. And without further ado, let's get into your Q&A questions. Now, this month, there's going to be two parts because there's so many. So we're going to get through about 20 questions in this round, and then we're going to get the next video, another 20. All right, so first question. And the first question is from Burns, and they ask, please finish Tau as fast as possible. A growing number of idiot leaders are pushing for World War III, and I don't want this tech wasted or not finished. What can the community do to help? Well, as you know, we're building our website out right now, and that's going to allow you guys to be able to understand Tau better, to disseminate information about Tau better, just be able to create easier content with the information on our site. So once that's updated, we want you guys to get involved more and be able to spread the word more and more. The next question is from Sir Andrew, and they ask, should one follow certain guidelines, rules, formats, or protocols to participate on the Tau discussion platform? Or are we able to freely express ourselves just like a normal conversation with a friend? Let's say Telegram or Messenger chat. Could you give us a taste of how we will input our opinions on Tau? And he asked another follow-up question. Could you recommend something to learn or read to become better in participating in the Tau discussion? Thank you.
So, of course, on Tau, everything has to be in formal language that the computer can understand. We want to have a natural language interface, but this will only offer you or try to help you to write in formal language, but the translation to formal language is what counts. So that's one way in which it is not free language. Another way is if people use different terminology, so either they align their terminologies or they use the same background knowledge, background ontology, it might be that people speak about the same thing, but due to lack of information, the machine will not know that they speak about the same thing. So yes, basically up to those constraints. And of course, the general constraints of the expressiveness of the language, because we insist to have decidable languages, and therefore there will be some expressiveness trade-off. For the second question, we will need to prepare such a list of such materials. Yes, I guess it's too soon to give a good answer for that.
All right, brilliant. Thank you so much, Andrew and Ahad. And the next question is from Ro, and they ask, in light of transparency, how many Bitcoins got raised during the ICO back in 2015? So to clarify, we didn't do an ICO, we did a private token sale. And for legal reasons, we can't get into the specifics of the token sale. Cheers. And another question is from Ro, and they ask, what amount of Agoras has thus far been paid to freelancers and or team members, and are these subjected to a vested release schedule? Also, are these amounts paid from Treasury and thereby to be counted as adding to the circulating supply? Well, yes, our team members are partially paid in Agoras. Are they paid in a vested schedule? No, I think that would be quite unfair if they were had to subject their salary to a vesting schedule. And to include those in a circulating supply, I would say no. And it's obviously on a case-by-case basis, depending on what the team member does with their tokens. But I don't believe many of our team members have actually released or sold any tokens. So I would say that you shouldn't count these towards the circulating supply. And the next question is from Peter, and they ask, how will TauChain be released, initially grown and used by the community? I suppose it will be a mobile wallet release of the initial blockchain type with Tau language and thus TML included. And then what is next in the purpose of goals? What do we do within the app? And does the app connect to other web services and online services? And can you name 3 or 4 sequential goals so I can get an idea of the direction? Thank you, Peter. P.S. If you add some expected timing, that would be a bonus.
Yeah, so as we said before, we will start by releasing a testnet of the TauChain. And yes, the testnet and the TauChain will require its own wallet since we're not an ERC20 token anymore, or we won't be an ERC20 when we launch the testnet. And will it connect to other web services? Other than Tau web services, we're not planning any additional web services. And in terms of release milestones or goals, it's all in the test net. Basically, the test net will have to come with an initial wallet. Obviously, we have to test the wallet, and there will be a migration path for ERC20 tokens to the TauChain tokens. That's really the biggest step that we're working on. So yeah, I hope that answers your question.
All right, fantastic. Thank you, Karim. And the next question is from Diego, and they ask, when mainnet, well, first we have to get the testnet out, and that's due in Q1 of 2024. And then we can get onto mainnet discussions after that. But right now we're focused on testnet, which is scheduled for Q1 of 2024. Cheers. And the next question is from Marco, and they ask, according to the roadmap on Reddit, software synthesis comes long after the initial blockchain. How can it be or become self-amending without software synthesis?
The design of the Tau language does not require software synthesis. The specification is already executable by itself. So it's not exactly synthesis, but it looks like synthesis. And indeed, the testnet is planned to be released with the Tau language.
All right, brilliant. Thanks, Ahad. And the next question is from Marco, who's actually got a couple here. Could you describe the minimal feature set of the initial public network that you intend to publish in Q1 2024? Be it a blockchain or a network, what will it be capable of that other networks aren't?
The minimal feature set of the initial blockchain is, of course, to be controlled by its users by means of the Tau language and by means of consensus, as we planned all the time.
All right, fantastic. Thanks, Ahad. And another question from Marco, and they say, what steps have you taken to formulate the Tau network and or TauChain? I'm specifically asking about the network aspect. Thanks.
We didn't really start because we work mainly on finishing the Tau language. And then after we finish the Tau language, the implementation of the Tau language, the design is all ready. Then we can start coding the blockchain in the Tau language. What we want to start with is the definition of what does it mean to be a valid block. And this, of course, can influence many other things. So the definition of valid block in particular says that the transactions are valid. I don't know if, let's say, if it's proof of work, then the nonce is okay, and so on. This is the minimal thing that we want to be defined by the users in the initial blockchain. The Tau language can support what you asked specifically about the networking aspect, but we didn't design it yet, and we will see after we reach there how much more than only the block validity condition can relatively quickly code in the Tau language, and the rest will come later.
All right, fantastic. Thank you so much, Ahad. And the next question is from Dana. They ask, will Tau be multimodal? And by that, accepting image and text inputs and emitting text outputs. If not initially, will there be an effort to get it there so we can, for example, use images as an input?
No, we don't have such plan, and yes, we will research it, but when the time is right, it's not something in the foreseeable future.
All right, and the next question from Dana is, has Andrei looked into petals.dev/torrent GPT and mixture of experts for integration into Tau in the future? It seems next year, everyone will have a local personal LLM/GPT in their smartphone.
If we are speaking about sharing GPT resources to train your own neural network model, then LLMs are no different from other neural models, and this thing is out there for years. It's just LLM hype, and everyone is trying to use this pretty simple technology for their advantage to use for chatbots and similar simple tasks that are not needed strict logic or correctness. And of course, we are looking into using capabilities and those amazing LLM architecture provides to be able to understand natural language better, of course. And of course, I heavily looking into way to use this growing LLM capabilities to let users get a window to the Tau futures, but that's a difficult question. Of course, we're heavily looking into LLM, and we're observing all major LLM progress for our advantage, of course.
All right, fantastic. Thank you, Andrei. And the next question from Dana is, in theory, because of proof of execution and the Agoras computation market, wouldn't it be possible to build the best, most decentralized large language models, or would the Tau language not be able to do it?
Well, it is not very much related to LLM for two reasons. One reason is that there is no way to determine if the training set is correct and good enough. And for another reason, the next computation after given the training set is basically a very common operations in linear algebra that are very easy to verify, and therefore there is no need for some heavy algorithm for a certificate of correctness of computation, because those problems in nature are very easy to verify the solution of. So yes, so when going to the details, I don't see much connection.
All right, fantastic. Thanks, Ahad, and thanks, Dana. The next question is from San, and they ask, through TauChain's scaling of discussion, will TauChain be able to scale a trending Twitter hashtag discussion? And how much Agoras would that theoretically cost? Yes, theoretically, Tau can scale any discussion in a formal language supported on Tau's system. And Agoras, it doesn't cost any Agoras for discussions to scale. That's completely separate, unless the users want it to cost Agoras for that to happen. But initially, it won't cost any Agoras to make that happen. All right, the next question is from Rob, and they ask, up until this point, why has the community building and Agoras holding aspect been treated as if it's insignificant? Wouldn't that be of utmost importance towards the working of TauChain? When and how is this subject to change?
Well, we've been basically on a continuous journey, refining and diving deeper into the essence of Tau, which also means evolving under our understanding of the platform and its potential impact. So initially, we already tried quite a good amount of community building in the blockchain area, but it felt like the blockchain community, like the overall general blockchain community, it wasn't so easy for them to understand the concept of Tau, which is also, I think, because Tau is very different from typical blockchains, especially the aspect of being completely user-defined. I expect this, for example, to change once testnet or mainnet releases, where people actually can feel how TauNet actually works. Beyond that, we also, in particular this, and I think also past year, we tried turning to the AI community, but also there we kind of encountered more or less a mismatch, because the AI community's most interest is in machine learning. And as you know, we are not so much about machine learning, but about logic and formal specification, logic-based AI. And so therefore, this also wasn't really the perfect fit for us at this stage. And but this year marked a very important turning point for us, where we made tremendous progress on the front of formal specification. And we really feel strongly that the community of formal specification is where we should get our foot in the door first. And this is something that also will be reflected once the new website launches soon. And once that is done, which I'm hopeful it will happen next week, by the time you see this video, more or less, I guess, then we can, well, we've already collected, we've aggregated a sheet, all the communities and formal specification that we could find in a sheet, so that we can start trying the community growth in that sector. So yeah, we are hopeful that we are able to grow our community soon in this area. And yeah.
All right, fantastic. Thanks, Killian. And just to add to that, yeah, with our website update, it's going to be easier for you guys to understand exactly what Tau is. We think that we've fined the copy down to the point where it's much easier to digest. and easier for you guys to disseminate. And we realized that, you know, the previous copy that we had, it wasn't easy for you guys to be able to discuss that with your own friends and people that you want to talk about Tau with. So now we've got that down. I think it's going to be much easier for us to give that to you and for you to be able to run away with assisting us in getting Tau out there. Thank you. And the next question is from Michael Jackstone. What is the progress of Andrei's ChatGPT Tau plugins and any plan of a demo release?
Yeah, I will speak about the progress with Tau ChatGPT plugins in my development update, of course.
All right, stay tuned for the development update. And the next question is from Gyro, and they ask, a big percentage of knowledge shared nowadays is no longer in written format, but through video and visuals. How will TauChain's knowledge market adapt to this?
Yes, it is true that not everything in life is written in language. That's, of course, part of reality. But Tau is about things that are written in language. So, yes, we don't support all the rest. Maybe in the future we will figure out a way to support them. But that's what we focus in, things that can be written.
Just adding to what I had just said, Tau Live is about capturing knowledge in audio, in video, and being able to share that knowledge and find the relevant people with knowledge that's useful to you. So we do capture that side, but it's not necessarily in a logical form. And that wraps up part 1 of the October Q&A. There are a lot of questions, so thank you so much. We're going to wrap up the next set of questions even next week, and we'll have more content for you, and we're going to get through all of them. So yeah, please stay tuned, and we will see you in the business team update and the dev team update. Cheers. Bye.